Toyota is about to take its Fortuner and equip it with a hybrid powertrain, just like it did with the Hilux. Better efficiency is coming to keep the current generation competitive for a few more years. But there is more to come, as it all indicates that novelties in other aspects are coming, once again, to ensure a seamless blend of comfort and performance. Call it an update or a leap forward, there is a lot to look forward to. So buckle up, because we are diving into the new 2025 Toyota Fortuner Hybrid, Toyota's most anticipated SUV for the next year. Before we start, like, share and subscribe. New or classic car reviews, you'll find many interesting things on our channel. Good things don't change. That may be the key reason why we love the Fortuner so much. It remains one of the last honest SUVs on the market, which blends utility, off-road capability and comfort in a way that it doesn't become too luxurious and therefore too expensive. It's one of the more reasonably priced vehicles on the market, considering what it gives in return, and that's why the current generation is going to remain in production for a few more years at least. But in order to remain competitive in this demanding segment, the Japanese manufacturer is preparing important updates, and the biggest one is under the hood. Of course, we are talking about the hybrid powertrain. Toyota just updated the Hilux, and now it's time for its SUV sibling, as the two models have been sharing most of the parts for a long time. So, what the new version is going to get is a mild hybrid set up on its well-known diesel version. The good old 2.8-litre Turbo 4 remains the same, with 150 kilowatt or 201 horsepower and 500 Nm of max torque. The new part of the equation is a small 16 horsepower belt-driven electric motor, along with a small lithium battery and a DC-DC converter that enables a stop-start system. And even though the electric motor doesn't contribute much in terms of performance, it has an impact on reducing noise, vibration and harshness. More importantly, the company claims that this electrification improves fuel economy by 6 to 10%, which seems like a pretty nice gain, even though the diesel-only setup already offers pretty impressive figures in this aspect. Company claims are around 7.4 litres per 100 kilometres, but the real-world economy is much closer to 10, so we may presume that this hybrid system can help save up to 1 litre per every 100 kilometres, which would be great. Other than the engine, things will largely remain the same under the hood, including the transmission, which will remain the good old 6-speed automatic, rather than the new 8-speed unit found in the recently redesigned Land Cruiser Prado. The good news is that the new hybrid will come standard with Toyota's familiar part-time 4-wheel drive, as well as the company's well-known multi-terrain select system that offers 6 driving modes for different types of terrains. The new hybrid setup most likely won't be the only big novelty for the 2025 Toyota Fortuner. We expect to see a typical facelift, just like in the case of the Hilux, which recently received the same kind of update. Still, there are a few things that still seem a little bit unclear, due to the fact that Toyota hasn't been consistent with the updates so far, at least when it comes to the Hilux. The current generation of the legendary pickup received 3 updates so far, but the most recent one came with different updates for different markets. Models for the Japanese European markets kept the same appearance. On the other hand, the Australian market Hilux came with a new grille, a revised bumper with new air intakes, a new aluminium skid plate, as well as a new tailgate on the rear end. Also, there are a few more variations depending on the trim level: blacked exterior, body-coloured bumpers, performance body kits on GR sports models, etc. In other words, the new Fortuner could come with similar kinds of upgrades to remain competitive until the full redesign, which will occur at some point in the relatively near future. Also, the Fortuner and Hilux don't share the exact same front face, like the new generations of Tacoma and 4Runner do, for example. So the actual list of visual updates may look a bit different. Other than visual enhancements, we don't expect to see bigger changes, at least when it comes to the overall design. The shape, size and proportions in general are about to remain the same. There may have been some variations between different versions, but in general, this SUV is around 4,795mm long and has a 2,745mm wheelbase, while the ground clearance in standard models goes around 279mm, meaning that all variants of the vehicle feature pretty respectable off-road potential. As for the suspension, there is a double wishbone with a coil spring and stabilizer bar on the front. On the rear end, the Fortuner trades good old leaf springs from Hilux for a way more refined multi-link suspension, and also replaces drum brakes with discs, compromising the overall toughness for a bit, but significantly improving ride quality and the overall level of comfort. Once again, we can refer to the Hilux and its recent refresh, which didn't bring many changes on the inside. Instead, most of the cabin remained the same, so we may expect a similar approach for the 2025 Toyota Fortuner. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Surely the current generation has been around for nearly a decade, and the cabin starts to look dated, but overall, it's a pretty nice place. The materials are on the plastic side, but everything seems built to last, just like the average buyer of an SUV like this wants. More importantly, this is a spacious SUV with 3 rows of seats, with 2 of them being pretty spacious and comfortable. The third works best for kids overall. The Fortuner offers a lot in terms of space. Besides the generous passenger room, there is a lot of it in the cargo area as well, around 200 litres behind the third row, around 716 litres behind the second, and around 1,080 litres in total. So, as the overall interior design is likely to remain the same, where we could see more notable novelties is the amount of standard equipment. Each trim level could come with a couple of interesting novelties, even though the current one already stands pretty well in this aspect. The base GX comes with air conditioning, an 8-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, 6-speaker audio, keyless start, parking sensors, and many more. It could possibly come with a few upgrades that currently come with the GLX grade, such as satellite navigation, digital radio, paddle shifters, upgraded steering wheel, dual-zone climate control, and many more. The GLX is currently available with the optional package that includes leather upholstery and power-adjustable front seats. We presume the latter could become part of the standard equipment in this trim. The Crusade is likely to remain the range-topping version that, besides unique exterior details, also comes with leather upholstery, an upgraded instrument cluster, an auto-dimming rear mirror, a premium JBL audio system, a 360-degree camera, and many more. As for safety features, we don't believe that the 2025 Fortuner could adopt the latest Safety Sense 3.0, which will probably come with a full redesign in the next few years. Still, the current model already stands pretty well in this aspect, as base models come standard with goodies like adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, pedestrian detection, cyclist detection, reversing camera, and road sign assist. The range-topping Crusade adds a few more things, such as blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert. The exact launch date is yet to be determined, but we expect to see it sometime in the second half of the year. The updated Hilux arrived recently and brought a slight price increase, so we may expect something similar to happen to the new Fortuner. The Australian market version currently starts at around $53,775. As mentioned, this update will keep the current generation competitive for a while, but sooner or later a full redesign will have to happen. Most experts expect this to happen in 2 or 3 years, following the Hilux redesign. Of course, the officials are still quiet, but some things are relatively easy to presume. One of them is the new platform, as most of us expect to see a switch to the new TNGA F platform. Moreover, many believe that the new generation could have more things in common with the North American 4Runner and adopt new technologies, including the same gas hybrid powertrain that can also be found in the new Land Cruiser Prado, along with the adoption of new tech features, more advanced safety systems, which will all contribute to improved driving experience, efficiency, and the overall capability of this already impressive SUV. What do you think of the new 2025 Toyota Fortuner? Can the new hybrid powertrain help this SUV improve sales numbers? Let us know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.